Hello and welcome to today's video. This is the September TBR video. This month we are picking my TBR using the Snakes and Ladders TBR game that we use every month, but this month
Jay played it,
and Jay's also picking out the actual books. So Jay did the rolls and got the prompts, and then has also picked the books for the prompts. So as of right now I have no clue what I'm reading this coming month, but yeah, that is basically the plan. I will also be popping in afterwards to go through the bookopoly rolls and what books I'll use for the bookopoly rolls, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'd be able to use the books Jay's already picked and it'll all work together, which is why I'm doing it after Jay has told me the 6 books. But yeah, I'll pop back in afterwards and we'll see just how badly that goes. The Snakes and Ladders TBR game is the same game that we play every month. It is essentially a big Snakes and Ladders board that I've made, and there are 5 colours on the board. Each colour correlates to a type of prompt that can be picked, and they're things like game, type, genre. When you land on the colour, you pick the prompt up and complete the prompt on the card with selecting a book for it. I roll the dice 6 times, so this month Jay rolled the dice 6 times and got 6 prompts, so that is the basic plan. I do play this game absolutely every month, so I will link up above January's TBR game, and January's TBR was the first month I did it, so I'll go over all of the rules really in depth and really explain exactly how you play. So if you would like to see more information, you can see it up above in January's TBR game. But yeah, I think that is everything you kind of need to know. We're basically doing the exact same, but Jay's playing it rather than me and picking my TBR out.
Yes.
Anything you'd like to add?
Not at this point.
Okay, lovely. So I'm going to play the rolls as I normally do. Obviously Jay rolled them, not me. And then we'll go over the book that Jay has picked for each and every roll. So let's roll. Roll number 1.
Cool, so how many rolls did you say? 6?
6.
Cool, and then are these stuck on? Yeah, so it's okay for me to roll it onto here.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you already recording?
Yeah.
That wasn't a very good throw. I mean, it was fine. It was a fine throw. So from 33, I'm going to move it to... Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's...
Purple.
Purple, which is...
Visual.
Yep.
Yeah, then turn it over. Turn it over. What's the prompt? Oh, wild card. So that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Jay's just getting the first book out. So roll number 1, we got wild card, which basically means that Jay can pick absolutely any book he wants. Like, there's no real prompt to go with it. It's just pick a book, basically, complete freedom, which normally would mean I get to completely pick a book, but Jay has picked... Oh, okay. So Jay has picked artificial condition. Wait, have you actually stuck the cards to the book?
Yeah.
Jay's also, is it blue tack?
Just a little bit.
He's blue tacked the cards to the book, which is very lovely. But yeah, so this is the book that Jay's picked. This is actually really cool. So this is book 2 in the Murderbot Diaries.
It is.
Book 2 is the next book I need to read, but...
I've already read this and I really enjoyed it, and subsequently bought the rest of them. So we actually own all of them that are out so far. Yeah,
so yeah, I've wanted to catch up with this series. I think there's currently 6 books out, so yeah, I'm really happy with this one.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Do you have anything you'd like to say about the book, or about what Murderbot is? What is Murderbot about?
So Murderbot is a book from... It's written in the first person from a sec unit who is a robot that has hacked itself so it can do what it wants rather than having to do the job that it has to do, but it continues doing the job that it's meant to do. It's just better at it, and it runs around space on adventures. Yeah, so Murderbot book 1 is called All Systems Red, and we follow our main character who is a sec unit, but it's basically a robot but also has some sort of conscious, some sort of like entity to it, and it refers to itself as Murderbot. And in book 1 we kind of learn all about it, what it's done, and yeah, as Jay said, it has
hacked into its own unit so it doesn't have to follow the rules, and we just follow along with it and follow along with the adventures. And yeah, book 1 was really great, so I am really excited to pick up book 2, and I'm really glad you picked this one.
I knew you would be.
And then 3. Other. Another wild card.
Okay, so then you've just seen roll number 2, which was once again wild card. So Jay again got to pick anything he wanted, which he's gonna show. Oh.
Yes, I saw how excited you were about this book after you bought it.
I brought it very recently.
So yeah, I thought it'd be good for you to read it this month.
Yeah. Do you know anything about this one? Or?
I know that it's the author generally does horror.
Yeah.
But this is the tamest way to get introduced.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all I know.
Okay, so this is Junji Ito's cat diary about Yon and Mew. Yon and Mew are Junji Ito's cats. And this is basically just like a book that he wrote about his cats, but obviously in the traditional Junji Ito style, which is horror, so there is a horror aspect to it still. I've been wanting to get this book for ages and just can never find it in stock, and then recently, whilst out in Birmingham, went into a random manga store that I've never been in before and found this, which isn't only Junji Ito's cat diary, it's also the collector's edition, which I think just means it's got a few little extra illustrations in it. But yeah, I'm really happy about it, and I really want to read it, and I'm happy about this because I don't know what else you've picked, and obviously with this being a manga, it's going to be quite quick and quite short to read. So yeah, a lot of praise for picking this. You've been really nice.
I did say I've been kind.
I know, but I just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Like, Jay mainly reads quite heavy non-fiction, and I was expecting you to have kind of picked stuff that you want me to read because you enjoyed it more than... I mean, I don't know what else is in here, so I don't want to speak too soon and give you ideas, because I know technically you could change your mind. But yeah, there was a certain large book that I expected and wasn't looking forward to. But I guess I'll continue on. So, yeah, let's roll number 3.
7. We're doing something now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No.
Wait.
Stop. No. 1, 2. So that's 40. That's 41. So you're going round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you go into that pink one there.
Genre-ish. Wild card again. Horror.
Okay. Roll number 3. We got horror as the prompt.
We did. And
I think I know what you picked for this.
You definitely know, because you when it came up, you heavily suggested that this is the one that we should choose.
If you were willing to take me to IKEA.
I never agreed to that.
Jay has picked Horror Store. Do you know anything about it?
I know it's set in an IKEA.
Yeah, so it's not a real IKEA. Like, the store itself is called Orsk.
Oh, I knew it had a map at the beginning.
Yeah, it does have a map at the beginning. And eventually, I've never read any Grady Hendrix before, and I think that this is one that I will enjoy. I enjoy IKEA, I enjoy going there, so I feel like the familiarity of it will be really cool. It is also out as if it was kind of like an IKEA catalogue, so we've got like, you know, like stuff in here and illustrations and just like the style of it is very cool. And yeah, I don't know a lot about it either, except for basically these 3 employees volunteer to work a 9-hour dusk till dawn shift. In the dead of night, they'll patrol the empty showroom floor, investigate strange sights and sounds, and encounter horrors that defy the imagination. It's a non-traditional haunted house story, basically, is what I think it's going to be. And I'm really excited to read it and figure out if I'm going to like Grady Hendrix' writing style as well, because I know that they do a lot of really cool books and themes, and yeah, I think it'd be cool if I like the writing style, because I'm interested in a lot of the books, I've just never read them before, so obviously trying to be sensible and not own them all without knowing if I even like the idea of it. So yeah, book number 3. So you need to say the roll, so you're on roll number 4.
Oh, I'm on roll number 4 of 6. What's that? 6.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nice.
So that's game. phone a friend.
Prompt number 4, phone a friend. My friend Raybold has been hounding Heather for like 3 months, 4 months.
Okay, I know what this book is then.
To read a book, Gone Girl. So if I were to phone him and say, what book should Heather read? He would definitely say Gone Girl. So now on your TBR is
I think he's Gone Girl.
Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It's one that's been on my TBR before and I never seem to get around to it. But I do want to. Like, it is one that I want to get around to and want to give it a go. I went many years not being... Well, the last time it came up on a TBR, Jay picked it for me because the prompt is still in there saying boyfriend fifth.
That must have been ages ago, I don't remember that.
Well, there you go. Yeah, this originally came out in 2012 and I never got spoilt on it until this year, so I do kind of have an idea of what is going to happen. There's a certain true crime case that is quite big at the moment, and one video was titled, "Is said true crime case the real life Gone Girl?" I was familiar with the true crime case, so I feel like I know where this story's going to go, but I'm still hoping I can enjoy it and I do want to read it. So yeah, I'm alright with this. It's one I normally...
It's okay to read it even though you may possibly have been spoiled.
No, but I feel like a lot of the time with like thrillers and mysteries, you don't want to know that spoiler part and what the thing's going to be. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'll give it a go. That was roll number 5.
Yeah, roll number 5 is a 1. 1. Genre-ish. Classic.
Roll number 5 was classic. When you moved some classic books downstairs recently, I was looking at them and considering what I knew about each one of them.
I think I know which one you picked because I've been downstairs today and one was missing and I was like, oh crap.
Okay, so it's Robin Hood, which I feel like everyone's heard of, but I don't think I've ever read it.
Are you going to read it with me? Hello.
I'm not going to read it with you, but if you enjoy this, I may well read it myself. But I feel like it's very much... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It seems like a very important book.
It's had a lot of adaptations as well. Like, I feel like everyone knows the story, but like not necessarily like the original story.
Yeah, and it's quite a big book to say that it's a man with a bow and arrow who steals from the rich to give to the poor. Like, that's a big book to say that that's the story, isn't it? So I'm interested to find out more. Yeah,
and this is Robin Hood and the Men of the Greenwood. I really haven't looked into this. This is one that I just got from my nan's house, so I'm hoping that it's a good one to start with. Yeah, I assume it's the first one because chapter 1 is titled "Hey Robin Hood Became an Outlaw." So yeah, I'm interested in reading this. It's one that I just really hope I can find an audiobook for, to be honest, because it is a chunky one. And I haven't given the writing style a go, I haven't really looked through it, but I have a feeling it's going to be written in like a very traditional classic way, which I just find easier to do as audio. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. It's just a bit off-putting that it's so large.
It is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Final roll.
Roll number 6 is an 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So -1, but that doesn't matter because we're already... And then we move to here.
So can I tell you what I normally do if I land on a -1 at the end?
Yeah.
I normally still pick the prompt up and I have to cover the prompt, but I can do it with a separate book, or I can double it up to any of the 5 prompts that I've already got.
Cool. So game, Goodreads rec.
Yeah. So then prompt number 6 is Goodreads rec, and normally I'd go on my Goodreads and go on the recommendation page and pick a book from that. So that is what I told Jay, and I told you could do my Goodreads or your Goodreads.
I did your Goodreads. I just went on my computer and logged on because it was saved.
And what recommendation did you go for?
I went for science fiction.
Okay.
Oh, right. I couldn't see this.
Okay.
I couldn't see this on your bookshelf.
Okay.
Although it wouldn't surprise me if you do have it, I just haven't noticed it.
Okay.
But I'll put it on your Kindle anyway.
Okay.
So this is, I don't know how you pronounce this guy's surname. It's Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
From the author of The Martian, Andy Ware. Weir?
Yeah, Andy Ware.
Andy Ware, is that how you pronounce it for sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah.
Do you want to share?
Did you look at how many pages this book was?
No, but it's rated 4.53.
Oh yeah, people love it. It just takes like a lot of their lives.
Oh, that's good.
Do you want to have a look on your phone how many pages it is, and then you can react to that? Like if you just like go on Goodreads and look at the page count.
476 pages. That is quite long. Hopefully we can find an audiobook of it.
Yeah, well, I know they're available. I don't know. I'm not hyped about this one.
Okay.
I've never read The Martian and never been interested in it.
Okay. Oh, I thought you'd be excited, honestly. Cause I watched the film The Martian and I really enjoyed it, and I would be up for reading the book at some point. And this book is newer and very highly rated on Goodreads, and I thought maybe...
I feel like I would rather read The Martian first.
That's fair, but I thought you probably would, but it wasn't on your recommended. So...
First.
Yeah. This is just the most interesting one that... This is the most interesting book to me. That was
To you, yeah.
That was on, hold on,
I think you would like this
that
one.
was on your recommended on
Yeah,
Goodreads.
I think you would like this one.
Yeah, I might do.
But you haven't read it, so you're not recommending it to me.
No, it was Goodreads recommended it to you. At least give it a go.
I will look into it. Yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit of a crap one to end on. The first 5 I think were really great. So yeah, that was all the books that are on my TBR for this month. I'm going to come back in a minute because I am also very excited to take part in bookoplathon this month.
Ooh. But
I'm guessing you're not going to want to sit around whilst I figure that out.
No.
No. So yeah, thank you, Jay.
You're very welcome, Heather.
For picking out this very interesting TBR that may or may not be completed.
You're so ungrateful.
I really appreciate it.
I
really appreciate 5/6
are.
of this TBR.
I'll take it.
So yeah, that is the plan. I'm now going to go and do my bookoplathon rolls. I'll probably come back tomorrow because it is getting quite late now. And talk through that, and we'll do the second half of this video. But yeah, that is the September TBR so far. Okay, I am back by myself. I've got the bookopoly board. I'm going to be honest, I have already done the rolls. It went dreadful. I have 10 books to talk about, so I'm just going to do this super quick. I don't think there's any books here that are like obscure or like really need properly explaining, so what I'm going to do is literally play the role and then talk about the book really quickly. I'm literally going to try and do it in like 30 seconds to a minute per book because this video is already really long and I only have 12 minutes left on my camera storage, so hopefully we can do it in that time. So yeah, this is the bookopoly board. I'll go through it when I put it down below and show you the rolls, and yeah, let's just get the rolls going. Okay, so here is the bookoplathon board. I've got my little counter on the go space, and yeah, I'm basically just going to roll the 2 6-sided die. I've just got them on my phone here, but yeah, I'm going to roll those and move around the board. I think I am going to do this 6 times because I would normally roll 6 times for my game. Obviously I'm building this on top of my game, which isn't so fun, but yeah, that is basically the plan. I have got some community cards and some chance cards just written down the bottom, and I'll just label them 1 to 6. So if I do land on a community or a chance, I will just roll 1 6-sided die and decide what I'm reading from that. The community, I've kind of done like 3 that would be pretty easy to do, and 3 that aren't as nice. I mean, I haven't made it difficult, but yeah. And then on the chance, I've done 3 that are already on my TBR. So for chance, you just write down the actual book, not like a prompt. So for chance, I've got 3 that are on my TBR, and then 3 that aren't on my TBR, but I would like to read still. So like, it's not bad, but it is adding books on, which is like the bad aspect that I'm doing of it. So yeah, let's roll our first roll. So roll 1 of 6 is a 5 and a 1, so that's a 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, so that is people. So roll number 1, we've got people. So, roll number 1, we got people on the cover. I am going for City of Heavenly Fire. This is the final book in the Mortal Instruments series. This is just part of a reread I'm doing. This is the last book I need to reread before I can start reading new Cassandra Clare books that I've never read before. During August I have finished the Infernal Devices series, so this month I will hopefully be able to finish the Mortal Instruments series, so that's why I'm picking that one. And yeah, this is the last book in the Mortal Instruments series. Okay, roll number 2. This is 2 of 6. We've got a 4 and a 5, so that's 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is Summer. For a book that reminds you of summer, I have managed to get on one of the books that Jay's chosen, and this is Robin Hood. I feel like, you know, like Forest, Sherwood Forest. I don't know. I think it's summer-esque, and like I think it will remind me of summer. The TV show definitely had summer-esque vibes. It's what I've gone for. It's what I've gone for. Roll number 3 of 6. We've got a 3 and a 3. Okay, so that's a double, so we are now rolling 7 times. I'm pretty sure if you roll a double, you added 1. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what you do. So yeah, that is what I'll do. So move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is emoji. And then roll number 3, we've got random emoji generator. So I've just generated one on my phone. I've taken a screenshot. I'll put it here. And for that, I've got cat emoji. Very thankfully, I can actually include this one. Well, it's called Cat Diary, but also on the front it does have a large cat as like its main focus, so I feel like this works. So yeah, I'm gonna go Cat Diary, Yon and Mew. And yeah, that's my pick for book 3. Obviously I've already spoken about this one, so that's that. And 4 of 7 now, so we have got a 3 and a 6, that is 9. So we're going to move 9 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a Becca Rec. So that is roll 4 of 7. Okay, so roll number 4, I got Becca recommendation. I went through so many videos, so many videos, but basically I eventually found, well, I actually ended up going to the playlist and ordering it so I could see the oldest first. And first of all, I saw Cinder come up in one of the videos, and I read Cinder a few months ago and I was like, oh, okay, look, I could do the next book in the series and choose it as that. But then in the next video that came up, the entire Lunar Chronicles was recommended, so I'm going to pick Scarlet, which is book 2 of the Lunar Chronicles. Cinder, book 1, is like loosely a Cinderella retelling. Scarlet, book 2, is loosely a Red Riding Hood retelling. But they're like sci-fi-esque books with these retellings done in. I have read these before, these are rereads for me, but yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one, so that's what I'm picking. So let's roll 5 of 7. We've got a 3 and a 4, so that is 7 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A big book, over 500 pages. Okay, great. So roll number 5, even though we're now doing more than the 6 original rolls, we got over 500 pages, big book. So I'm going for the Bane Chronicles. This is the next one to read in the like Cassandra Clare, like Shadowhunter universe. I have started reading this before and it looks like I've read the first 2 stories at one point, but I haven't read any further. So yeah, this is the one I'm picking. This is all just basically a book of short stories all about Magnus Bane, who is a character that we see crop up, and yeah, throughout all of his life these are just a few random stories that we get. Okay, and then roll 6 of 7, a 6 and a 2, that is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is spring. Then for roll number 6, spring is what I got. And I don't have any books that really remind me of spring. So I actually googled books that remind you of spring and found a Goodreads list and just scrolled through until I found one that I owned, and Fangirl, which I picked up quite recently, was on there. I picked this up with the intention of giving it a go, so I guess September's as good a time as any to try and give it a go. But this is already looking like a very big TBR, in case that hasn't been noted or noticed. So yeah, Fangirl. Basically we follow two twins, Kath and Ren. They go off to university and they're both kind of figure out they want different things with their life, and they don't necessarily want to like be as close to each other as they were, and they're just learning new things but both going in very different directions. That's the basics of what I know, and I am interested in reading this. The reason I picked it up is because I recently read Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. Really enjoyed it, and I believe Fangirl is being turned into a graphic novel series, and I'm just curious whether it's worth me giving it a go because I've never been interested in it before. But I found this in a cute little book exchange, so I thought why not give it a go. And then last but not least, roll 7 of 7. We've got a, okay, we're now doing 8, so that was roll 7 of 8. We've got a 2 and a 2, so that is 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that is buildings. Then for number 7 we've got buildings, which was just buildings on the cover. This was way more difficult than I thought it would be. I thought loads of books would have buildings on the cover, but the one I've ended up going for is In the Miso Soup. It's a bit more obscure, but like you can see in the background that these are all buildings, that these like, you know, signs are all off. So this is what I'm going for. I've been interested to read this for a while now, and we basically follow an American tourist and the person that he hired to take him on a guided tour. Basically we have Frank the tourist and Kenji the tour guide, and one line here just says Frank's behaviour is so odd that Kenji begins to entertain a horrible suspicion his client may in fact have murderous desires. That's what I'm going with here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I'm just getting worried about the amount of books I have to read next month. So hopefully it's a good time. Okay, roll 8 of 8. We got a 6 and a 6, so we're now doing 9. So 6 and 6 is 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Emoji again. And then we got another emoji, which, yeah, at roll number 8 we're still going. We're still doing this. But the emoji I ended up getting was this little detective emoji. So again, I've picked a book that I'm really excited for. I really want to read. I just really don't know if I'm going to be able to read this much. But the book I've picked is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is a YA murder mystery story where I believe we follow Pippa, who basically tries to unravel the truth. That's all I really know about it. But it's a trilogy, and each book in the trilogy is based around a different like murder or mystery. And I mean, I assume that the fact that there's 3 books mean that they must like solve like murder or mystery within the space of the books. Yeah, I'm really intrigued by this, and I do really want to give it a go and see what it's all about. 9 of 9, no more doubles, thank you very much. Fuck you. Okay, so that is 8 by 2 4s, so we are now doing 10. So let's move 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's Features of Death. Then we have number 9, and honestly by this point I am just at the point where I need to try and pick the books that are already on my TBR in, and number 9 was Features of Death. Now obviously I can't guarantee this Features of Death, but this is a horror book called Horror Store. I'm assuming there's going to be a death, and if there's not a death in here then I'm just going to class it anyway, honestly. Like, it's a horror book, surely there's going to be people killed off. Like, it's a haunted house horror book. But I assume there's a death, that's why I picked it, and obviously I've already spoken about it, so yeah, hopefully there's a death, fingers crossed. That seemed weird to be hoping for, but yeah, there we go. Okay, roll 10 of 10. A 2 and a 1, so that is 3. So last but not least, 1, 2, 3, and that is third person perspective. Lovely jubbly. And then eventually, last but not least, we had roll number 10. And you know, there's 3 books that I haven't managed to fit on, so it's 13 books in September now. Not stressing at all. But role number 10 was third person perspective, and I've ended up just picking up Cress because this is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles series. This is a loose Rapunzel retelling, I believe, but yeah, again a reread, and this one is written in third person, so I just thought it'd work well. And with Scarlet being on the list as well, I think they'll be quite quick to read back to back, and because they are rereads they'll be even quicker. So yeah, that is the last book I've chosen. So there we go, I did my bookopoly rolls. Maybe I shouldn't have done so many. Yeah, I don't know. This is good, this was fun. I'm really glad that I did this, but I don't think there's any chance in hell that I'm actually going to get to all of these books. If I also add on like these two and the fact that I've got this one that I don't own, so this plus an almost 500 page book on top, that's 13 books in total. Yeah, wish me luck. And yeah, that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and I'm really happy mostly with the books that Jay picked out for me as well. So yeah, I really hope that you liked the video. Please do give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.